In this video, you will learn to describe who the primary actors are in cybercrime and their motives.
So let's take a quick look into the type of the actors and their motive in order to perform cybercrime or hacking into technology systems. There is a lot of actors, but we could summarize 4 of them. First of all, we have the hackers. Those hackers could be paid or not. For example, private organizations could pay a group of hackers to hack a company and extract their database for, I don't know, to obtain intellectual property, for example. And actually, that's happened in the past. There is something called the Operation Aurora that I will recommend some further reading regarding that operation. Then we have the internal users. These could be something that is performed intentional or not. I mean, if you are working in your company and you try or you forward a set of confidential documents into your personal email, just for go to your home and start working on the night on those documents, that's something that is not necessarily intentional or is not an attack from an intentional perspective, but it's an attack. I mean, you shouldn't forward or you shouldn't use confidential documents outside your secure company network. You are not aware of that, and that's probably because you don't have the training, you don't have the administrative control, the policy or the procedure that will let you know that you shouldn't done that. But that's the difference between the internal user with intentional motive or not. For example, if you go to your company and you intentionally go and plug a USB drive into your computer and execute a virus, that's something intentional. But the thing is, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to understand if the internal user have the motive or not to perform those malicious actions. Then we have hacktivism. Hacktivism is something similar that the hackers, but the thing with hacktivism is normally nobody pays to those hacktivism to perform attacks. For example, DDoS campaigns are performed to a lot of states, a lot of nations, in order to make pressure for one particular decision. For example, we're going to explore a couple of Singapore hacks that a group of hacktivisms perform on the government websites, because the Singapore government are implementing new compliance and new regulations into the internet. So that's a quick example of the hacktivism. And governments, we talked before about governments, their intentions, mostly their intentions are not financial, but they have intentions. They normally want to spy. They normally want to understand what's happening in each country from the inside, from the confidential data that they are managing. So that's another actor. And what are their motives? Here's just a quick example of the motives or some motivation that the attackers may have. One motivation is just play, demonstrate that they have the capacity, they have the capabilities for hack into a secure system. They sometimes try to gain money. They try to make some money on their scams or on their hacks. That's something that could be categorized or could be aligned with criminal organizations. Political action or political actions and movements. If a group of people wants to perform an attack into a government, in most of the occasion that attack came because they have a motivation, they have a political motivation, they have a movement to make it clear to the government that they are here, they want something, they are not agree with some policy or something like that. So there is a political motivation over there. One interesting motivation is hire me, is I will demonstrate you that I could hack you, I could enter into your secure system. I could find holes into your security system in order for you to understand that I am good, that I am a good professional, well, a good hacker, a good technician, or a good guy with technical skills that could be hired into your organization, into your government to fix or to patch those security holes.